Yeah, I have a lot of anxiety. I don't know. I feel like it's weirder to not have anxiety than to have it, because I feel like if you're not scared, you're not paying attention, you know? Like, I feel like if you open a newspaper today, skim maybe 3 headlines, you're just like, seems cool. It's like, what? Everything's on fire. Even the newspaper is on fire. Like, what are you so chill about? And you know, sometimes when you tell people you have anxiety, they're always like, well, you know, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. It's like, okay, have you checked out some of fear's work?
That was stand-up comedian and writer Aparna Nancherla, who includes stories about her struggles with anxiety and depression in her comedy routine. And she joins us now. She delves further into her mental health journey in her new book entitled Unreliable Narrator, Me, Myself, and Imposter Syndrome. And Aparna joins us now. It's good to see you. Thanks for being on. I love that clip. You sound like every young person out there, because there's so much to be anxious about, and it's so invalidating to tell people to calm down. So thank you for that.
Of course. It's my pleasure to be scared constantly.
All the time. But actually, that's something that we're dealing with as a reality with young people today. And we talk about the mental health challenges that they're facing, but you so rightfully point out they're also facing a very harsh reality. So tell us about Unreliable Narrator.
Yes, so this is a book of essays I wrote. It's kind of about my struggles with self-doubt and kind of a lifetime of feeling maybe like an outsider, or that I don't know quite where I fit in. I'm a stand-up comedian, and I think sometimes that catches people off guard as someone who's more shy and soft-spoken and introverted. And I think I've just spent a lifetime kind of taking people by surprise with what's going on inside my head and kind of just laying it bare and being pretty open about even the darker parts of, what's going on inside my brain.
You write about imposter syndrome, which is something we talk about a lot in the Know Your Value community. Tell us how you suffered from it and how you address it in the book.
Yeah, so imposter syndrome for me, I can't really remember a time when I didn't feel like maybe everyone else was operating from a guidebook that I was never given access to. I'm still open to receiving it if anyone wants to send it to me, but I think for me, imposter syndrome is something that you don't necessarily only experience early on when you're inexperienced in a career, or it's sometimes this persistent feeling that you don't deserve the opportunities you get. And I found the more success I had as a comedian, actually the worse my imposter syndrome got. I felt like maybe once the expectations were raised, I really didn't feel like I knew what I was doing or that I deserved to be there. So the book is kind of my exploration of just why it seemed to come up in so many different areas of my life, whether that was personally or professionally. And just kind of, I think I wanted to write a book about self-doubt to explore why I had it and maybe cure it. But I would say there's actually nothing worse for your self-doubt than trying to write a book about it, because you just constantly face the question, who am I to write a book?
Your personal journey is fascinating to follow, because by all accounts, you were pretty shy growing up, and you never saw yourself as someone who would be up on the stage. And then you say that getting medicated helped you a lot, and it helped you combat some of your anxiety and depression, which, so many people, myself included, struggle with. And then you suddenly start doing stand-up in Falls Church, Virginia. And can you just talk about that journey and how the improbable journey that you went on?
Yes. I mean, I think I was a very shy kid, but my mom was an immigrant mom. She was a doctor who had come over from India. And I think she was a little worried about my ability to hack it in the world. So she put my sibling and I in public speaking classes, like at a young age. We were the only kids in a room full of adults, just trying to acquire those valuable soft skills for later in life. And so I learned how to give a speech like pretty early on, and I entered a speech contest when I was 11 or something, like a community one at a Hindu temple. in our community. And I gave a speech that was like a funny speech versus everyone else did a serious one. And I did, I think, a takedown of Bollywood movies, and I ended up winning the contest. And I think that was the first time I was like, okay, there's something about humor that seems to get people going. Like, I think I should follow this thread. And yeah, that kind of led me through stand-up. But I think, for me, antidepressants, where I think when I first went on them, they gave me this sort of, there's a honeymoon period when you first go on meds, I think, where you kind of are like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize everyone else was experiencing life in this frequency, you know? Like, I feel like colors are brighter, smells are better, everything sounds better. Even I sound better to myself. So I was like, why not try stand-up? I don't know if I would have otherwise.
So certainly it doesn't seem like a natural fit, someone being
Right.
really anxious. And then moving on to stand-up comedy, where you're sitting there alone on the stage with that spotlight. But talk to us about one step further than that, to also then choose to make the anxiety so central to your act, so central to what you do on stage, and now a book.
Yeah, I think I started talking about anxiety and depression in my act because I was struggling with it so acutely at the time that I was having trouble writing about anything else because it was just taking up so much room mentally. And I think when I started talking about it on stage, I didn't even realize it would really resonate with people. I was like, this is just sort of what's going on with me. And sometimes when you're caught so much in your own brain, you forget that other people might be having the exact same experience and you're just not seeing it. And that's what I realized when I started talking about it, just how much it resonated with other people. And that kind of helped me get outside of my own head and remember that, like, we all can be struggling with the same things and we just might not see it. And I think the book was my attempt to kind of get some of those messier topics, whether that be self-doubt or, you know, my struggles with body image or mental health, even my fears in relationships, and just get it down on the page and be like, I'm a human, I'm messy. Hopefully some of this relates to your messiness as a human.
It absolutely does. And tickets for Aparna's book tour, which includes the New Yorker Festival on October 7th, are available now. And the new book, Unreliable Narrator, Me, Myself, and Imposter Syndrome, is out now. I love it. Aparna Nancherla, thank you so much for being on the show this morning and for sharing so much of yourself. I think it's going to really strike a nerve.
Thank you.